become a reader, you must give up your goal of reading more books. Dude, what the heck? Not a book a day, bro? Instead of an outcome-based goal of reading, we should really focus on changing our identity to become a reader. James Clear in Atomic Habits wrote, "The ultimate form of intrinsic motivation is when a habit becomes part of your identity. It's one thing to say I'm the type of person who wants this. It's something very different to say I'm the type of person who is this." James Clear also describes habit building in 3 layers: outcome, process, and identity. Identity is kind of that middle circle there. The process is what is the actual process of doing the goal, and then the outcome is the outcome, the result of doing the process. So he describes habit building, we should actually start in the middle, the identity, then work on the process, and then we'll get the outcome. So how do we change our identity to become a reader? Well, you just got to become the bookworm. You always have to have a book on you. Have a book on you at work, have a book on your desk, have a book underneath your pillow before bed. Place books in areas that will inspire you to read. And then finally, to become a reader, you must actually want to read. And you do that by picking books that are interesting to you. And I'll tell you a story. 9 years ago, I read a book. It was a financial book, and it was teaching me how to build a spreadsheet. And I've already read 3 books prior to this. I think this was literally my 3rd financial book that I read in a row. And it taught me how to build the same spreadsheet. So I wanted to, in that moment, to chuck the damn book out the window. That book literally gave me nothing except for a desire to quit reading. I think I stopped reading for 2 years after I read the book. And then when I finally started reading again, I started reading things that interested me. You get told to read all these different books from these influencers and Book Talk and BookTube that it's hard to actually pick what we're interested in. And it's okay to get influence and to get ideas from BookTube, Book Talk, and whatever, but we need to pick what we're interested in if we want to become a reader. What someone else likes might not be what you like, and that's totally fine. You just got to pick things that interest you. For instance, if you're into history, read a history book. This is a history book that I'm going to be starting soon, The Empire of Summer Moon. Or if you're into sci-fi, read sci-fi. Or I'm also reading Asimov's robot series right now. It's really amazing. And if you're into smutty books, read Colleen Hoover. It doesn't really matter what you read as long as you read. So you just got to pick the books that you're interested in and go full force on that. If you want to become a reader and if you want to keep it a habit and to become a lifelong reader, you need to be interested in what you read. And here's a point that I wanted to bring up about following your curiosity. If you're disinterested in a book, feel free to stop reading that book. We don't have to finish every book that we start. If you're disinterested in it, put it aside, put it away. You don't have to finish it. I mean, on average, we have 4,000 weeks on this earth. So reading every single book to completion, especially if we don't like the book, is really a waste of time. And you should just move on and read something that you're actually interested in. And this was a huge, huge problem with me. I've read so many books that I could have either just skimmed and got the information out of, or I could have just stopped. So many books that I just, essentially just wasted. I don't want to say wasted my time, but honestly wasted my time. I could have read something that I actually enjoy. The determination to finish every single book, whether you're interested in it or not, I feel like hinders people's love for reading. They think, oh, I'm just challenging myself, but you don't need to challenge yourself every single time you read. Sometimes you just want an easy read. Sometimes you just want to read something that you enjoy, and that's totally fine. Reading is supposed to be an enjoyable experience. But what if you enjoy a book, but you're just kind of bored of it in the moment? That's why we have my next tip, which is to read multiple books at a time. Now, this doesn't mean you have to read multiple books at a time. It means to have multiple books open or a backup book and plan if you get bored of the current book you're reading. I'll give you an example. So I'm going to start reading The Body by Bill Bryson, and it's a fairly long book. And I don't know if you've ever read any Bill Bryson, but it can be kind of a lot, especially it can be a lot to take in. Let's just say that. So I might read 3/4 of this, get super bored because it's a lot of information going on, and I might just get super bored. It's totally fine. There's another book I want to read, Empire of the Summer Moon, which is a history book. I would read both of these at the same time. So I would get bored of this book, and then I would pick up this book. For me, I just want to keep the habit alive. I've been reading consistently. I just want to read every single day. It does not matter the genre. It does not matter. If I get bored of a book, I'll just pick up another one and keep that habit alive. We're humans. It's very difficult to read 700 pages of how we're all fundamentally lost and confused, yet we're super narcissistic and have a dark side. What the hell? I wrote that down. I think I wrote that down, dude. I don't know what that's about. You may need a break. Just go read some Harry Potter, come back when you're interested into the more difficult book, and keep that habit alive. There seems to be this never-ending battle between the holy trilogy of reading, which is audiobooks versus ebooks versus paperback books. Well, I'm going to give you one more contestant. Hardcovers suck. Literally, hardcovers are the worst books, and this is just my opinion, but the sleeve, that's annoying. They're clunky. They're heavy. These suck. They look amazing, though. They look super good, but they suck. So please don't unfollow me for that. And if you're enjoying this video, you should just give me a follow right now. That'd be great. And like the video. That'd be amazing. Thank you so much. The truth is, it really doesn't matter. If you enjoy audiobooks, listen to audiobooks. If you enjoy paperback books, read paperback books. If you enjoy Kindles, read ebooks. It's all up to you. As long as you get the information, that's all that matters. So I prefer paperback books because I like to destroy my books. I like to mark them, circle, underline, all that kind of stuff. As you can see here, I like to underline and destroy my books. I feel like it's a way to pay respect to the author by using their books. And then physically, I just like to have the book in my hand. I like to flip the pages. I like to have the books on my desk so I can see them, and I like to actually write in them. So I'll even comment or talk to the author like a crazy person in the book. So that's just what I like to do. So recently I've been getting into audiobooks. I've been reading J. Robert Oppenheimer's American Prometheus, which is amazing, but I don't think I would really enjoy that book if I read it in a paperback form. But on my long commutes, I like to listen to audiobooks while I work out. I like to listen to audiobooks, so it's been nice to listen and do other productive things. My girlfriend, on the other hand, she loves her Kindle. She has been reading every single day since she got her Kindle. She sits on the couch, reads her Kindle before bed. She's always got her Kindle on her. She reads Colleen Hoover, she reads all the smut and everything, and she loves it, and she swears by it. So if that's what you like, do that. I also have some friends who have babies, and it's easy to carry a Kindle while they're carrying a baby. So if that's what you have to do, awesome. Again, it really doesn't matter. In fact, I will say, traveling with books is the worst because the paper gets the corners get all messed up. So a Kindle, honestly, not a bad deal, dude. Not a bad deal. Needless to say, find what works with you. It doesn't really matter how you get the information. So my final tip here is to schedule your reading or build a reading system. The point of a system is to read every single day, no matter how you feel or how bad of a day you had. This is why it's better to aim low, which I'll get into in a second, but find a system that works for you. If that's waking up at 4 a.m. before work, do that. If it's reading on your lunch break before or at work, do that. If that's reading before bed, do that. It doesn't really matter when you read as long as you do it every single day. So this is like the fundamentals of building any sort of system that will be consistent with your life. It's to aim low. So if you feel like you can read for 1 hour every single day, you should really change that to 10 minutes a day, because you will do 10 minutes a day, but you may not do 1 hour. An hour is kind of a big commitment. 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes. That's the way that I look at it, at least. I at least have 10 minutes to do something. So I'm going to make that habit to be 10 minutes. So if I get home from work, I'm gassed, I can give myself 10 minutes to work on this habit. It's especially important to do this in the beginning because you want to give yourself proof that you are able to read. You want to give yourself proof that you are a reader, and continuously doing something no matter how small that something is, will yield big results over time. Because you're going to be reading every single day. You're going to start finishing books. You're going to find authors that you love. You're going to realize that maybe you don't like this type of author. Maybe you don't like nonfiction. Maybe you don't like science fiction. You're going to learn all that by starting small. And then over time, you're going to be reading more and more. And this is how you become a disciplined reader. You just read every single day. And that 10 minutes a day, that might be 1 hour a day. So let's build a system. So a reading system is sort of like this. Before bed, I will read 10 minutes of a fiction book that I want to read. Or it could be in the morning, I'll read 10 minutes of a nonfiction book before I go to work. Or it could be while working out, I will listen to audiobooks. Or during my commute to work, I'll listen to audiobooks. It doesn't have to be something extravagant. It could be just a small, simple system that you can follow every single day. In the future, you'll start reading a book a week, not because it sounds cool, but because you actually enjoy reading. Alright, so now I'm going to recap everything that we just learned. First step, focus on your identity, become a reader. Second, find books that you love, and do not be afraid to give up books that you don't like. Number 3, find your medium. Listen to audiobooks if you want, ebooks, or paperback books. Number 4, read multiple books at a time. If you get bored with one book, pick up another book, keep the habit alive. And number 5, build a reading system. And number 6, give me a follow and a like if you enjoyed this video. And if you didn't like the video, tell me in the comments and tell me what types of books you want to read or types of books that you love reading. And with that being said, thank you so much. I love you. Bye-bye. It doesn't matter if you read audiobooks. How do you read an audiobook?